Okay, hello and welcome back to another My Team episode. Today you join me for the Canadian Grand Prix. I quite like this track. I don't really like the hairpin, but other than that, it's a pretty nice track. Quite enjoy driving it. We gotta hope there's no rain, because normally there's rain. And there's rain in qualifying. I didn't see this on the forecast, which is annoying. So it looks like we're just going to have to go out, set as fast a lap as possible. That is a really, really cool animation. I've never seen that before. And we've just got to set a fast lap and hope for the best. To finish off our first qualifying lap as we go through the Wall of Champions, cut the corner a little bit there. That is my bad, but it's the wet, so it does not matter. We set the fastest lap. We set a pole position lap. We are currently in provisional pole. We'll just have to see where we start.
We're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to a variant of this track back in 1978. It was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and Reed completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Ticktum, Lando Norris, and Gasly, Perez, Hamilton, Leclerc, and Valtteri Bottas, Mazepin, Ricciardo, Carlos Sainz, and Mick Schumacher, Stroll, Aitken, Antonio Giovinazzi and Sebastian Vettel, Latifi, Ocon, Tsunoda, and Kimi Raikkonen finishes off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Okay then, P2, our first ever front row grid start, or front grid start, whatever you want to call it. Hella happy with that. We're going to go for a soft, medium strategy. I'm assuming that's what everyone's going to go for. Without further ado, we are going to go to 5 red lights for the Canadian Grand Prix. We are underway. We get a pretty decent start there. Verstappen ahead of us. He gets just as good a start. We go for a look down the left-hand side, and we get absolutely battered by... Who is that? Russell. We get battered by Russell. Sent off the track, letting Verstappen go. Virtual safety car. Let's have a look at this from Russell's perspective. Absolutely launches himself. He really wants that Mercedes contract. He must really, really want that Mercedes contract. Bloody hell. That's not good. Virtual safety car ending there. We're right up by the side of Verstappen, looking into turn 1. Can we get past him? Yes, we can. Into turn 1. Verstappen is history. Luckily, I don't think he will be trying to take us out. Somehow we didn't get damage other than underbody and side pod. We got no, like, wing damage or anything, which is surprising. We're going to have to now fend off with the drag. Lap 6. We are still in P1. Verstappen P2. Norris P3. Gasly and Perez just switch position. Ooh, that is not good. Going over the track there, you can see that's what underbody and side pod damage does. It's not something you like to see. A little bit slidey there. As we finish off lap 6, go down the final straight, a huge back straight here into the Wall of Champions. Somehow we've managed. Verstappen pitted. I forgot that happened. So now we have Norris on us at the back end of lap 9. Norris is on us. He's going to have DRS. DRS has been enabled for a couple of laps now after that VSC. We are going to box this lap, and we're going to hope for the best and just shoot Max in the pits and just hope we can do a good in lap. Going in now then, braking nice and early, almost not making it go green, almost, just slightly. I don't really like this pit entrance with racing line turned on, or like the corner racing line turned on, to be honest, because I can't see where the pit entrance line starts and the corner ends. 2.1 seconds then, soft to medium, pretty decent. We're going to come out in P4, maybe P5. Will Stroll manage to get past us? More than likely. Will we make it into P4, P5? P4, we get P4 behind, in front of Stroll, sorry, behind Vettel, sandwiched by the Aston Martins. He's been a couple of laps now. We've managed to catch up to Vettel here. We are in DRS range for the next DRS zone, and that's our goal. Get the DRS and get past him. If we can get past him, no, there should be no issues. We're on the podium. We've got McLarens ahead who haven't pitted yet. End of lap 12 then. Mine went blank. DRS, ERS on the right hand side of Vettel. Should not be a hard overtake. Can we stick it through? Vettel is sticking with us. Vettel's hit into us. Jack Aitken's out of the session. Yellow flag behind us. Vettel's gone off. Safety car. I don't know what's happened there. That is mental. It seems Vettel just hit into us. Hit into our rear left tyre. Anyways, safety car then. On lap 13. Both of the McLarens are going to pit. That's going to play right into their strategy. Norris going for softs, Ricciardo going for mediums. We're going to go past... Oh no, Ricciardo going for softs, sorry. We're out. Oh, they're out. Norris is ahead of us. Ricciardo is behind us. It's not too bad. We haven't lost or gained any positions. You know, this is where we were before we pitted. Okay. Going green then. ERS on Norris. We're going to try and get the drag, get the slipstream, or get the lack of drag, get the slipstream. Can we make it around corner 1? No, we can't. We can keep the car in form. I don't know why I just said that. I've just started speaking gibberish. Honestly, mate, just trying to fill in. I don't want to have just blank spots. Anyways, lap 19, Hamilton behind us. He's got DRS. We're running out of DRS here.
The car in front is a second
We just managed to get across the line in time to get our lap allowance. Lap 23 then. Pit strategy is open. We'll be boxing for lap 24. Verstappen in P2, we're in P1, Norris in P3, Ricciardo P4. As we go for the pit, we set an insanely good in-lap. 2 purple sectors. That's actually really surprising. We probably should have stayed out. We could have got a fastest lap. Oh well. We move. They're all pretty far behind by like a good 10 or 15 seconds. Verstappen is also pitting with us. A 2.4 second pit stop. Very nice indeed. Okay, coming out then. Hamilton is ahead of us. We will manage to overtake Hamilton before the pit exit. We are in P2. Schumacher himself is in P4. Our teammate is in the highest position he has ever been this late into a race. Okay, Norris P1, we're P2, Hamilton P3, Schumacher P4, Ricciardo P5. Nice and decent.
6.9 seconds.
Lap 26 then. Yellow flags, Daniel Ricciardo's out of the session. Sergio Perez is out of the session. What's the drive-through? Carlos is out, safety car is out. We go on then for lap 29 to prepare to resume overtaking. As the wall of champions is buggered, I assume Ricciardo just rammed himself into there. Spun it out or something and everyone's just hit into him. Go for a move down turn 1, turn 2, round into turn 2. Can we go for a switchback manoeuvre on Mr. Lando Norris? We cannot on lap 30 out of 35. For lap 32 with DRS enabled, we go for a look down the inside. We can't make it through. Yes, we can as Norris backs himself off. Schumacher is in P3. If Schumacher can get past Norris, and he will have DRS. Schumacher is past Norris. Norris is back past Schumacher. Down the straight of lap 32. Schumacher back past Norris. Schumacher should have DRS now. Can he keep Norris behind him? Can he keep that McLaren, Mercedes-powered McLaren behind him? Not at the moment. Yes, he can. Can he? I don't know. Into Wall of Champions. Who's going to be the one ahead? It is going to be Schumacher out in front. P2 for Schumacher. Lap 35. He is still P2 with a 0.7 second margin. as we go to round the final corner, the final time round the Wall of Champions. Checkered flag, P1 and P2 for our team. For the first time since we've entered the sport.
That's 3 wins in a row. Unbelievable work.
That is immense. What a drive from both of us, both me and Schumacher. Esteban Ocon, your driver of the day. George Russell, hopefully not in the points, he doesn't deserve it.
It wasn't always plain
Prick.
sailing today, but a very important win nonetheless. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, you know what they say, to finish first you have to finish. And that fact was clear today, with lots of retirements having a big effect on the outcome of the race. As a driver, you tend to keep reliability concerns to the back of your mind and just focus on what's in front of you. But for the teams, races like this can be very stressful.
The faces on our top 3 look so incredibly happy as they make their way up to the podium. A much-deserved victory and a brilliant performance from them all.
There we go then. Both of us on the 2 top steps. P1 and P2. What a drive from the both of us. Schumacher, mate, over the moon. For the first time in his F1 career on the podium.
Let's have a quick look at how the driver
What a drive.
standings have changed. Reed increases their championship lead. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Let's give it to Esteban Ocon. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. The owner-drivers team moved to the top of the table. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Thank you for joining me for this one. What a race. P1 and P2, our first ever 1-2. And it proves that 1, Schumacher's good, 2, our car's good, and 3, I don't need to turn my AI up. If Schumacher can come P2, I think I'm doing alright up in P1. We overtake Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship to take P2. Schumacher is like P7 or P8 now in the drivers. Where is he? P9. Alright, that's where I'm going to wrap things up. Thank you for joining me for this one. I hope to see you next time for the Austrian Grand Prix.